Oh man, that was exciting. So, I very foolishly, well, not foolishly, I had a phone call with scheduled with my sister to lead up with a little bit of headroom to tonight's stream. But I forgot about the fact that I have started using Voicemeeter, which is a little bit more complicated. I'm just going to touch this for a sec just to bring this in just a little bit closer. And it took me a while to figure out why I wasn't hearing what I should be hearing audio-wise. Now, you folks should be hearing game audio just fine, but the settings are a little bit arcane in terms of what I've had to put together. It's a transition for me. It's a transition from something I'm used to, so I probably should have left a little bit more lead time before starting the stream, but I love my sister dearly. She is one of the most important people in my life, so I've got to say, if I was going to do it for anyone, I'd do it for her. So anyway, here we are. Horror show. It's been a bit of a technical horror show leading up until this point. Call of Cthulhu, at the pointy end of things. So what's been happening? So Edward Pierce, our noble investigator, has just gotten to the point where he's got to get back down into the bottom of the hospital. So the very last point that we left our marathon stream last week, which was so much fun. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me for that. But yeah, we left our marathon stream at the point when he was having to get back down into the cellar. So we've cracked open the Necronomicon. We've had a look-see inside there after talking with Drake, I believe was the name of our paranormal investigator. And we're trying to save I'm going to blank on her name. But we're trying to save basically the female protagonist of the game because she's been damseled a little bit there. Interestingly, I was testing audio before, and it looks like the only tests that have come through there from my overlay. So I'm still not convinced I'm hearing everything, but the only tests that have come through are in chat. So I'm doing a lot of following of myself, apparently. But yeah, this game... So... Oh, before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you so much to Citrus for the follow and the raid during our Call of Cthulhu stream. In fact, actually, no, that was during our Fallout 2 stream last Friday. That was so much fun. It was at a point in time when Fallout 2 was misbehaving and it crashed. So it's... Yeah, it took a little while to have something to show to people, but it was great just being able to chat with people about, you know, stuff, about Fallout, about what we're doing. So thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. As always, thank you so much to those of you who trust me with your audiences. A huge thank you to Dubsack, to Even Prime TV, to Everything Apocalypse, and to Ironside. Thank you so much for the faith that you put in me. Slayer Lover Gaming as well, for sharing your audiences with me and auto-hosting this channel. I really appreciate that so much. So yeah. Oh, Sarah Hawkins. Yes, good old Sarah Hawkins. We're going to run into her. Yeah, so from kind of the recap of how this game is going is it's been a lot of fun. Horror-wise, great aesthetic. There have just been a couple of points in the game that have just made me want to throw my controller through the fucking screen. One of them was when we... in fact, both of them are involving the Dimensional Shambler. The first time was when we had to get the knife in order to actually stab through the painting, in order to get rid of it. That was not... I did not enjoy that sequence. And now this portal sequence is a little bit baffling. But that's probably in part because it's striking my weakness. It's striking my sense of... Well, my lack of sense of direction. But all in all, it's been a great horror experience. I'm a little bit bummed. You can't actually see because he needs to hang high enough. There we go. You just see his eyes winking in the background. I picked up some awesome Halloween tat. Some lovely plastic decorations when we were shopping for Halloween. And I picked up one corpse. It's like a half a corpse and it looks awesome. It's hard. At the back of the room there, it doesn't really get done justice by the camera. But it's the one decoration that my partner said, that one's not, it's not getting trotted out for Halloween. You can keep that one, you can just keep that one in your own room. Because it actually looks quite grisly. That was what drew me to it. Alright, so here we are, folks. So, I've got to use the magic lantern to dispel. So let's just have a rehash on the mechanics. I'm following my sparkly trails. Hey, Tackhead, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Can you hear the game okay? I'm a little bit nervous about my settings, having just jumped over to voice meter. I did a test recording before, but everything should be okay. Hopefully, let me know. But yeah, my corpse, I love it dearly, but I'm not allowed to trot it out for Halloween. It's not allowed to go outside the house for Halloween next year either, which is fair. Fantastic. Glad to hear it's all good on your weekend, on your end even, and thank you for joining us. Glad it might even be good on your weekend. Yeah, it was so good. Halloween was such a positive experience over our side of the fence, with how the little one engaged with it, that I got the green light the next day to just go out and buy decorations. Like, nothing too insane, but just pick up some stuff. So that's what I did. And that's how I got my corpse. How are you doing, Tackhead? How's life been treating you? It's been a minute since we've last talked. And yeah, just a quick rehash of the mechanics here. If I'm out in the darkness for too long, I die. So I've got to come back to this lantern constantly to refill. So what I'm trying to do is do that. And then get the F back to refill my lantern, because the minute I'm out in darkness... Lots of work, little rest. Oh! Well, I guess if you enjoy the work, that's not so bad, but hopefully it's good work. So I can't get through these. It's only the sparkly... It's only the actual portals that are sparkling that I can get through. And the little pixie trail here is what's telling me where to go. And occasionally it's gonna screw with me by going, you need to go through a wall! Which is where we need to get the magic lantern. 2 lanterns. 2 lanterns. No cups. Yeah, like here. So I gotta remember how to get through there. I think that's strictly a magic lantern job. Yeah, I hope you haven't been too unkind on yourself or to yourself in the meantime. I hope you've had I guess, well, you're telling me you haven't had a chance to rest, but alright, let's go do this. Let's go do this shiznit. Don't push yourself. I'd say don't push yourself too hard, but I know that I know that's not how you roll. Hey, you were doing press stuff at PAX, weren't you? I think I saw a few of your reports from the front lines. How was your PAX? Oh, speaking of horror experiences, which we are finally now that I'm online, one thing I'm gonna figure out, like... Okay, can't open doors. Yeah, that looks so good. There's such a great string of 4-player party games for the Switch. It feels like it's just gonna be like a really great take-anywhere party device. We went on a road trip, and the little one just loved Mario Kart to death. So that was so much fun. But Crawl is on there. Have you played Crawl at all? I think that's actually an Australian game. So Crawl's on there. But yes, Smash Brothers looks amazing. So did you get a chance to see anything behind closed doors, or is PAX really, like, primarily it's everyone gets to see stuff and you're just out there writing stuff up, doing the important work of relaying information back to the fans? So presumably there's some reason to be in here. I think actually opening that door when I switch lanterns, that might stay open for me now. But yeah, I did see folks playing that at PAX. I didn't get a chance to play much while I was there, but it looked pretty awesome. Now, last time I was doing this, I was half asleep at the end of a very long day, so that little hiccup there, that took me forever to try and find. Actually, I don't think I even did, but now I have, so let's assume that opening that door is going to stick for me. It's going to be permanent. And let's go back and change lanterns and see what happens. Because I've got to change back from my magic lantern to my other lantern. Are you excited about, what is it? Pokemon Let's Go? Which is coming out? Is that the name for the new Pokemon? Because that's coming out like on the 16th or something, isn't it? It's like not far away at all. Oh, so you had that sweet like press pass access to be able to go before the crowds come along? I hear you though, like it's a hard sell, especially when you're trying to prepare yourself for just the insanity of the crowds. Sorry, let's use a better word than insanity. The hecticness of the crowds. Especially given that we're dealing with insanity here. Let's not overload that word. Because Nintendo's your jam, isn't it? Like that's your sweet spot from the videos I've seen on your YouTube channel. Jesus H. Christ. Oh, I just finished watching Haunting of Hill House last night, so my body is not ready for popcorn scares. Because that was really gentle on me. Like there was no brutal. Well, that's the thing. This game is actually really restrained with its approach to jump scares. It doesn't go. Speaking of which, I'm about to die. I'm about to be in a lot of trouble. There's no one here but us paranormal investigators. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Just gotta find the lantern spot. Whew! That was close. Yeah, this game's actually been really restrained with its use of jump scares, which I've really respected. It's, but yeah, that was a good one. Kind of reminiscent of, like, some of the really spoopy stuff that happens, like, in Dead Space in moments where, Dead Space 2, like, when exploration turns into, like, boss fight. Let's go around here. I did not appreciate that game. Where am I going now? Yeah, see, this is where my Achilles heel of like a really poor sense of direction comes into play. Fine, Dr. Conan. Let's get rid of that one too.
It looks like things are back to normal.
Oh wow. That took less. I went through that for probably about half an hour last time I played. And yeah, I did not get to that point. Oh wow, we might get to the point again quickly. Yeah, speaking Battle Chef Brigade getting a physical release. How cool is that? I tell you what, I will not lie. I'm gonna go pick that up. Cause I'm trying to think. It's probably one of the first games I've been involved with that actually has like a physical release. Blind VR popped up recently, and that has a physical release as well, but I don't have VR. And I've got like a part in that, but for Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe, I'm gonna be really curious to see like where they put, like how prominently they put Ziggy in the art, because it seems to be doing well for the press. I gotta love that. Man, they've been so good with that game. Their marketing has been great, and it's been such a great thing to be a part of. I'm just gonna chill our questions out for a second there. Just get Codsworth asking the good questions. It's great to be joined by some lovely people too. I can see that we've got a few bits of fam there. Signing copies. Well, that's kind of the dream. I tell you what, I like no word of a lie. I have I have teared up on multiple occasions because folks have reached out to me via Twitter, and they've just responded in really gracious ways to the work. They've been like, I've been monitoring sort of like, I keep an eye on like the Battleshift Brigade social media, and occasionally like people have like fan art and stuff, and I'll just like respond, and because it's awesome stuff that they do. And I love, we've had this conversation before multiple times, folks, like, you know, and I think it's something we're all on the same page for. People are at their best when they're talking about what they're passionate about and what they love. Like, there's nothing better than that. And so when people like make this amazing fan art for games, like, yeah, I've reached out and gone, oh, that's really cool. And like sometimes people have come back and gone, oh my god, it's sticky. And I tell you what, like that gets me right here. Gets me right here. Hey, Damien Wise, thank you for joining us. I got through those bloody portals so quickly this time around. Like, it took all of about 10 seconds. It's lovely to have your company, though. How you been? Thank you all for your patience with my technical difficulties, too. Like, no word of a lie, it was resolved by pressing one button, but the problem is you've got to know, like, which is the button to press. It's my exciting new life with Voice Meter. It means, you know, great new things, like potentially being able to, like, pop Spotify on for you folks as well, depending on the game. Horror games, you always want to have the sound there because it's such an integral component. But you know, there are some games where sound is less of a vital ingredient. Oh, speaking of horror too, I have some super exciting. This is not good. That's a big bucket of no. Yeah, see, this is where this game excels. Like, it's been really good at creating evocative, disturbing imagery. And now we're kind of getting to the really pointy end of things where Edward's intersecting with mythos. So it's interesting to see, like, what it's going to do with all of this. I'm going to guess...
What's going on? It never ends.
I'm going to guess one of these doors is different somewhere along the way. But yeah, the thing I was going to say, good news from a horror point of view, The Forest has released on PS4, so that's probably going to be, that's going to get up there in the horror rotation too. I'm going to add that to our list of games to chew through. We're going to go back through the stack of games that we've been looking at, so we're going to get back to Evil Within, I should say, eventually. We're going to go back through Alien Isolation next. That's going to be a bit of a mammoth run. That's about 30 hours, I think, I've been led to believe. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to digging into The Forest. I attended a talk by Kapow Audio. No relation to me, although, you know, my name is Kevin Power, so a lot of folks actually make that assumption. They're like, oh, yeah, Kapow Audio is obviously related to you. But they had an amazing presentation at GCAP where they were talking about the sound design of the game, and so good. So good. Like, just a little thing, like one snippet. This really is an endless corridor. Alright, something's going to be different here at some point. I'm just going to keep running for a while, in the hopes that that'll make a difference. But I'm not seeing any physical difference between any of these doors. Let's see if we get a different, like, VO bark from Edward indicating that we need to be doing something else. So, whoa.
Damnation. That's me.
Hey, that reminds me, oh wow. Oh.
Oh god! I gotta get out. I got.
Oh wow. This is full on.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Weird. So yeah, we talked about in the last stream as well, like, this is a game that's never going to win awards for its graphics, but that's okay.
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now. No, it can't be.
No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murder! This madness must stop!
I was wondering when you were going to go the Sonic route there.
Colden?
Nicely done though, Tackhead. Ah, look, it's all good. I like to think of it as a signature move rather than predictability. Okay, so we're pretty clearly off the beaten map now altogether. Hey, it turns out, folks, that cracking open the Necronomicon doesn't do your brain any favors. Yeah, we're Hey, Angel, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. This is really interesting. We're boop, 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 doop. Too much doubting. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna doubt Edward's senses. It's good though. Like we're very much at the pointy end of things where reality is just like coming apart for this guy. And just as a reminder too, like early on when we went down into the catacombs underneath everything, underneath the Hawkins mansion to begin with, there were pictures of Edward. And that hasn't been explained yet. His connection to all of this, why the cult basically has like, hey, it's Edward. Here's my Edward trading card. But yeah, I think things are intended for, oh, fuck me, for him. Oh wow. It's not quite the blackness of space. It's like motes there, because you can see things that are drifting. It would be far worse if it was just, if it was the darkness of the void. I've always hated that image. I think that's one of the most evocative in Lovecraft stuff, the idea of the Earth just being dragged into a starless sky. Oh, I see. With too much doubting, we're shooting Robotnik. Well, I guess if a ghost tells you not to do it, there might be a reason why. Oh, they did it. I thought they were going to do that, and that just gets right under my skin. Paintings that change. It's one of the best parts of In the Mouth of Madness, the film.
they do to you?
Yeah, because I think you can make a case now.
Can you speak?
I think you can make a case now, Damien Wise, that vital parts of Edward are fragmented and trapped in things. Maybe?
What is this? Is it... what?
It's your son's toy soldier. We found that earlier in the game.
Sarah.
He gave him the gold and I the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's of the oldest green. A violent living, vibrant. The sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
Okay, let's poke the bear. Let's poke the bear here. What the hell is going on there? Let's try it out.
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
A pale copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible consequences.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us.
Let's just have a look-see at what damage that's done to us. Chapter Madness. Is it definitely? Alright, so there's that. And I think that's everything though. Cost of Truth. On rare occasions, he is now able to unearth hidden truths as he speaks to the inhabitants of the island. As with everything connected with the myth, using it comes at a cost. And it's interesting, I wonder why they refer to it as myth and not mythos. Yeah, we read the Necronomicon. We went there. That was... Yeah, we met the Shambler, we didn't have a choice about that. The Ritual, same deal. Death of Francis Sanders. Interesting. Interesting.
It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow
I
me.
don't think she means the guards. Alright. I'll come through.
What the?
Oh no.
Well, there we go.
It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
Yeah, because I don't really have
Follow
a...
me.
So when she says follow you... Yeah, because I don't really have like a melee option. At least not one that I remember. I can bring my light up. But yeah, we haven't done combat in this game, so... I'm not quite sure what...
What the?
Oh no.
So she broke space-time and got in front of me, or the game glitched, one of the two. But yeah, this definitely feels like what we should be doing. We should be running.
Wait. The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was a little bit abrupt there in terms of what happened. But I think we're getting towards the end of the game, so... And from memory, like, it has, like, throughout, it hasn't really sort of spelled out consequences when you die. That's okay. Like, we get the idea.
I'd be better off finding a tool.
You're a tool. Let's find a tool. Mr. Pierce, you must find a tool. Perfect. Yeah, so the doctor was pumping this building full of that gas.
Yeah. All right. That should do it. Let's move.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Damien Wise. Like, what this is doing with horror is just, like, it's...
Where the hell do you think you're going, woman?
I'm your puppet no more. You bastard!
You're my wife. My wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
Edward!
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? No! Why should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck?
No!
For her sake, it was throwing her in this rat hole.
I hid her well enough.
You let Fuller play with her.
Stop. I did everything I could to protect her. But her identity, her power, is what threatens her.
What?
Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. You'd still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am.
Oh, apparently we get one choice.
She needs help.
Sarah has been in the presence of the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the cult will always be here, waiting for her.
Then we get rid of its members.
You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power.
Hey, sir.
The world will fall with her. Don't! No one can escape the wheel.
Lovely to have you here.
They say, but I will change it. I will save Sarah.
Oh, well. Wow, that was... Yeah, sorry for not being super talkative at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. But yeah, it's an amazing game. I guess you don't get regeneration with squid arms. No, actually, it's not much like Outlast at all, which is good. Although I know that you're a fan from memory of Outlast. Sorry, I just went silent for a minute there because we were going through some pretty big stuff. I was trying to figure out what was going on. There's no combat, so it's got that in common with Outlast, but it's very much an investigation detective sort of game. Loving the hell out of it, though. It's really good. It's really good. There have been a couple of frustrating sequences from a design perspective, but one of those, it turns out, was just my stupid fault because I got through it pretty quickly tonight. So yeah, like, in terms of the way it deals with insanity, the supernatural, and sort of a sense of impending doom, like the stuff that we were talking about there, it's one of the best horror experiences I've had. So it looks like now Sarah's going to become the real danger, and we're just going to let her go back to her mansion, rah rah rah. So, because that's kind of what Charles was foretelling there. It was a bit of a weird turn. Him and Edward talking about, here's how we're going to save Sarah, rah, rah, rah. So, you know, it was interesting.
No parent should have to bury their child, knowing it's me that...
How's your
put
day
them
been,
there.
Sarah?
The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back.
Don't say that. Don't.
My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted. Things Charles should never have seen.
Yeah, it's been big, but it's been a good day.
I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing.
It's been an interesting
We'll
day
leave now.
emotionally.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine.
Thus begins the fire. Alright, so this explains a mystery we had from earlier. Oh, and the kid goes and hides in his fort. And burns to death. Oh man, that's... And that's how you symbolically show a child burning to death.
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
Strange. So Charles, I guess, became a better person after all of that. I guess you learn a lot of things by having a squid arm grafted to you. Negotiate how to be a better human being. So sorry. Ah, she's talking with Algernon and Drake, the occultist. All right, let's consult our diary. Questions, Sarah Hawkins. I wonder if there were options before that were grayed out completely. I wonder if I had more points in those areas, if we would have been able to change our answers. You have a wonderful day too. I hope work treats you really well, Seraph, and thank you so much for popping in. It's an absolute delight to have your company whenever I can have it. Eloquence. Alright, I think it's time to bone up on our eloquence. Let's stop playing around. Professional talker. I'm gonna just drop those points in there. Oh, I forgot about the validating. Yeah, it's validating. But yeah, it's definitely one of the better horror experiences that I've had. In terms of... Because Insanity's always... I know there's probably a bingo card. Like, if there was a bingo card for me streaming, especially about horror, then Asylum Jam would be on there, but... Mental illness just gets used as a shorthand so often as just a cheeky shorthand to create mood. But here, like, there's been points where the mechanics around what they do with like claustrophobia have been frustrating, but it's always evocative. It's always evocative. All right, let's go have a chat to Sarah. Let's go poke the bear. Gonna have a chat with Sarah. Okay. Hands up who trusts the feeling we've got here. That music. Bright lights. It's a great counterpoint. Like, no, it's safe now. You rescued Sarah. Let's let that tension go away. It's good. It's great. It's pacing. So integral to horror. The rhythm.
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
But yeah, I wonder if there were options that I might have been able to have available before. Talking to Charles, if I'd done more research.
Different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong. So ancient. Enticing. Dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce. But I can't come back to Boston with you.
You and Drake are up to something. It's because of the Wanderer.
I saw everything. The tunnels under your house, the rituals, the secret society. I must get you out of its reach.
I know how dangerous they can be to me. But first, there's the Wanderer. I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No. No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No, you're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
But yeah, I'm with you, Damien Wise. Getting back to your point from earlier, the way that it does deal with sort of traditional adventure game stuff, it's really refreshing. Like, I love the fact that there's no combat. Like, even though I'm pretty sure we've seen a couple of times that Edward packs a pistol, combat's just never been an option throughout this game, which is so refreshing. Because we're going to get back to Evil Within, and we've talked about this before. Mechanically, really fun, but like the way that it deals with, it just kind of overloads everything with mechanics, and also the way that it deals with, creating a sense of like unreality. Yeah, this game just so much better designed. The way that it deals with that. It turns out that Mark Morrison, a Melbourne-based Cthulhu, I guess, enthusiast would call him, is also written professionally for Chaosium and was involved in consulting for this game, which makes a lot of sense. Like, he's involved in basically directing the path of its writing. So it was in good hands. Alright, let's poke the bear again.
You can't give up, even knowing the stakes.
Yes, thank you.
Still, I won't let you go.
What?
You will stay here until I find a safe way to return to Boston.
That's ridiculous. Listen, Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
I'm just gonna keep throwing my sand out the window. Whee! Alright, let's talk to Algernon and Drake. How's the old sanity going? What do we got now? Charles Hawkins. Cost of Truth. Still stable. No new things have popped up there. I guess that's just the things we get exposed to that are shown there. Alright, let's have a chat with good old Algernon Drake. He's a pretty cool guy. It's interesting being back through here as well, in a different context. Making it feel like... I've got a suspicion they're going to double back on this and just hit me so hard. But that's great, like... At the moment it feels like it's a space that's safe again. It feels like the curse has been lifted with Charles's death, even though it was Sarah's power, like as he said, that was the real issue. And that remains a problem. Let's have a chat with Algernon.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins, that imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
Got my own elder sign going here. Oh, I had no idea, Damien Wise. I did not know that Mark Morrison also worked at Melbourne House. Chrome was a Brisbane-based studio, but they may have had an outlet here at some point in time as well. Oh wow, now we've got an option where my sanity's too high in order to actually pursue it. Huh, that's interesting.
This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift. A connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently.
Sanity's still too high. Something.
The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger. But I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be
Well, we saw that, yeah.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never
That'd be
come back.
nice. What was the Dame Was Loaded Damien wise? Is that a game or computer game or an RPG product or something else entirely? Tell me more.
A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your Colt.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief Charles has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
Oh, by the way, Jesus Christ, look at that bust in the corner. That is grotesque. It looks like it's a model of something with dripping flesh. Yeah. Noir-themed computer adventure game detective game. That sounds amazing. Sounds awesome. Is that a product that was released? Tell me more. That is grotesque. So I wonder if going and looking for this bust is going to actually help me burn off a little bit of sand. I wonder if I'm going to see some things. Things that man was not meant to see. A Cthulhu conglomerate. That sounds amazing. Because yeah, like good mythos is just good use of mythos is just so rare. So freaking rare. Because it's tough stuff to use evocatively. As my buddy and my pal and gentleman that I'm still not sure I trust, who came back, I think, from the dead.
How are you, Bradley?
Ah, it's you, Pierce. I'm just worried about Marie. I mean Dr. Colden. Have you had any news?
Let's tell the truth.
I'm so sorry, Bradley. I could do nothing to save her.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened. But I found her body in the cellars of Riverside.
You sure that you've got nothing to do with it? If she hadn't tried to help you, she might still be alive.
I'm sorry. Truly.
It's that slug, Fuller. I swear I'll shoot him. What do you say, Pierce? Are you with me?
Wow. Okay. Let's see what happens here.
Have no fear, Bradley. Dr. Fuller will not escape the clutches of destiny for long. Sooner or later, he will be judged for what he has done. You just need to have faith.
What are you talking about? What's this story of destiny? No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to wait for some mystical intervention. I'll take care of him.
Right.
Myself.
We must do something for those who are still alive, Bradley. Sarah is still in danger as long as the cult is active. We need to see this through, otherwise Marie's death will have been in vain.
You're, the voice of reason, Pierce. As always.
Oh, I know Liam Rout. Liam Rout works for Film Vic now. I've had a couple of chats with him. He's a lovely gent, musician as well. I've never had the pleasure of meeting Judy yet. Richard Watts I know of. Richard Watts does a lot of writing in the arts online nowadays, I believe. Huh, interesting. Oh, because it's been about 5 minutes since I've last mentioned it, by the way, too. Good horror experience outside of computer games that I can't recommend enough. I got to the end of Haunting of Hill House, and that show is just, it's really good. It's really good. It's on Netflix. I recommend it highly if you love horror. Warning ahead of time, the final episode tonally is a little different to the rest of the series. There's a couple of things that happen where I'll just say stick with it. Stick with the last episode when you get there, and have faith that the writers are doing right by you. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It's a rare experience. Hey there, buddy.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth?
Oh, okay. Let's find out. Gonna go with probably not. Alright, what are we doing here? Looking for reconstruction clues. I'm not sure that there are any more that we... Oh, wait. We got here.
What kind of ritual was she preparing?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here?
Let's see if our cult's high enough. Oh, Pierce, tell me you didn't activate it. No? Sand loss, I think.
Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomicon.
Seems like it's a good question to ask people. Hey, about that forbidden book you have.
How did she survive her encounter with the Shambler?
Yeah. Oh, this is great. See how they're overloading the mechanic of reconstruction. The more occult stuff that's here, the more it gets garbled by... It's like he...
Knowing Mrs. Hawkins, I bet she was willing to fight.
It's like the brain almost doesn't want to dwell on this stuff. That's great. Oh yeah, that's right, he does present, Damien Wise, I forgot about that. He does present a show on Triple R as well. Thank you for...
Charles Hawkins was ready to do anything to protect his wife.
Yeah, look at this. It's almost like radioactive in here now. Don't wanna... Alright. clue that I'm missing in here? I think that's about it. Let's find out. Oh, it's telling me to leave, so I guess I've got a deduction.
If the amulet can protect Sarah Hawkins from the influence of the mythos, I must find it.
Alright, that's over in the hallway. We just went past that before. Wop, wop, wop. Alright, let's go. I am so glad to be able to actually just chill out and hang with you lovely people here tonight. It's been a day. It's been a big day. Big feels. Nothing dire, but yeah. It's been a very emotionally taxing day. So it's lovely to be able to hang out here and just talk horror with you lovely people.
This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
Oh, and a character point. Alright, we're 1 point off leveling a skill there, so we will take that kindly. There we go. Expert at spot hidden. Whoop. Let's do it. Huh. Show the amulet to Drake. Look what I got. I got an amulet. We still don't know what Pierce's connection to all of this is, and frankly that's quite worrying. There's a big old shoe that's going to drop, and the great thing about this, like the great thing about that feeling, is I don't know how you're feeling, but I've got a pretty implicit trust in the writing in this game that it's going to do something interesting with that and not just leave it as like a forgotten loose end. And it's great to be able to trust. It's great to be able to trust a piece of fiction like that. It's nothing worse than when you're like watching a film or a TV show and you're like, well, there's a few choices here. What are they going to do? Well, they're probably going to do the dumb one. They're probably going to do the thing that is silly. But yeah, here I've got a pretty strong faith in the fact that they're going to do something interesting. Do. Let's go back and talk to Drake, who's downstairs. Still didn't really get a substantive answer about what's happened with the old ritual upstairs. A bit worried about that. Feel like that's the kind of thing that's going to come back to bite us. Hey, Algernon.
Ah, it's you again.
Alright, let's see what happens. We did burn away some sand investigating the ritual. Nice.
What is the true nature of the Necronomicon?
I see that you are interested in my precious book. It is the definitive book of knowledge of the occult, Mr. Pierce, written by Abdul al-Hazred. It is the answer to many a question.
That is why it's so highly valued.
Yes, and even though it is a copy, given to me as a gift by Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University, the work remains very powerful.
I understand better why you keep it in a safe. I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that.
Yeah, sure. I'll just, I'll go and leave the room while you've got the amulet. And go all the way over here. Do, 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 do. Nothing bad can come of this at all. Hey, Sarah. How you doing?
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand. I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Yes. Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
Nice. Thanks, Techhead. I think it's in character, yeah.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
Huh.
You bet I will.
Well, Sarah's got the amulet at least, so that's something. Her desire to track and kill the dimensional Shambula. Shambler, even. Shambula. I'm the Shambula. Yeah, please do that. Please do that, Sarah. Just get rid of that thing that you brought into this world, because I've had it with that thing. It is the summoner of bad mechanics. Yeah, I think Edward would go do 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 going down the hallway. I'm with you. That's why I did it. So where are we going from here? We're gonna get like locked up? We're gonna get put at the mercy of Dr. Fuller again? Because I'm guessing these are corrupt police. I'm curious, like where it's going from here. Big musical sting. Several musical stings.
You know, I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Pierce.
All good, I hope.
It appears that you've been involved in a variety of misdemeanors since your arrival on Darkwater. Entering private property, twice. Aggression, insulting behavior, and to top it all, arson.
With all the liquor that is openly on sale in the middle of Prohibition, do you really want me to believe that you're enforcing the law?
Enough of that. You're not going to tell me how to do my job. I would like to point out that it is you, not me, who is behind bars.
There are things going on right now that are so much more serious than what you accuse me of.
Yeah? So what's going on that I don't know about?
Yeah, that was actually her son, Damien Wise. And yeah, I'm with you. Like, that was why I was trying to be twee at the time. But yeah, The minute someone says something like that about trying to bring someone back, womp womp. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. It's going to come back wrong. Don't paint a picture of your son. Don't do it, Sarah. Alright, let's see. I'm not going to go for a cult. I'm going to say Fuller isn't as innocent as he looks.
You'd be better off taking an interest in Dr. Fuller. The experiments he carries out on his patients are as inhuman as they are illegal. And when Dr. Colden wanted to put a stop to it, she too went under the knife.
What are you talking about? Nobody's reported any wrongdoings. Dr. Fuller is a man who is as much respected and admired on the island as he is in his profession. It seems like you've got a grievance against him. Is that why you set fire to his institute?
I'm admitting nothing at all.
Come on, I'll show you to your new residence. I'll be back later to ask you some questions. I hope that you'll make the right choice and confess to everything. It would be as unpleasant for you as it would be for me if I had to adopt more advanced questioning.
I have no doubt about that.
Good night, Mr. Pierce.
If this goes to like lights out, that's a bad thing.
Mr. Pierce, the Truth Seeker. We meet at last.
Who's there?
So Leviathan's an entity that's popped up a few times and spoken to us. Still not sure like what the deal is with it.
I am the one men named Leviathan. Not because of the scale of my terrestrial form, but as a reminder of the immensity of my knowledge, which I came to share with you, human.
Okay.
Do not struggle. You will not be able to speak or escape my influence.
Alright, let's submit.
Excellent. Your mind has begun to expand.
Expand.
Your dreams have been gently shepherded by the being they call the Oracle. But it is your curiosity and your fate that have led you up to this moment. You are here to accept the knowledge and follow the path that leads to your freedom. This is an offer that the likes of you, particularly those with such rare characteristics, cannot refuse. The more you bend your human spirit to make it able to receive the truth, the closer you will come to embrace his power.
Doesn't sound good.
Where is the Oracle, Truth Seeker? Would you like to see her?
Let's... In for a penny, in for mind-shattering realizations of the breadth of the universe. This is an interesting tilt, though. Like, Leviathan, Oracle. I guess we're going beyond sort of standard mythos here, because now we've got sort of significant figures helping us. It's nice to have someone in our court, but normally you have, like, you know, humans struggling against the immensity of the forces aligned against them.
Where is the Oracle? Is she not the very object of your quest? I'll let you see for yourself. But do not forget.
Okay, I'll try.
Your fate has already been written. Our paths shall cross again, Truth Seeker.
You know the risk, Sarah. If you happen to use your powers again, you may lose more than your life.
It is not about me, but innocent lives. I hope that your sources are reliable.
The bootleggers have the painting. If the Dimensional Shambler is to appear, he will do it here. The Shambler! I knew it!
No! Not again! Algernon, come back!
Alright, I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds and just grab some sugar before we get into the next things. The Shambler! I'll be back in 2 seconds, folks. Or rebranded via the shopping channel as the Shamwowbula. Maybe, even. I don't know. I think I was a swing and a miss. Now we got to pay for Sarah's poor life choices. This isn't good. I don't want anything to do with the Dimensional Shambler. I thought I made that clear.
Where is Algernon? And the Shambler?
Yeah, let's just hang out here with some ghosts. That sounds like a wonderful way to spend our evening. Just a mineshaft filled with ghosts. A lot of cultists arguing. Shambula. Sounds like a stage experience. Ah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Just a little bit of sugar.
No way back.
So something's been through here and killed everyone. I'm gonna take it that it's the Shambler. Or is it? Womp womp.
How many are there?
This has been an interesting thing, like with their VO. Like occasionally there's just a line where the tone just doesn't feel like quite right, because like with that line there, like it's meant to be like, well, let's say, taking it as a completely cold read, like how many are there, you're looking at a corpse, then the emotion behind that is it's a level of like disbelief and you're kind of staggered at the scope of everything. But that sort of felt like it was like asking sort of a just asking a question, like, how many are there? Like it felt like there was some stuff there that, you know, it could have, some stuff like left on the table. No thank you. I don't really want to look at that. Oh, it's gonna make me look at that. It's gonna make me look at the fucking painting. It's gonna make me do it. But like one thing whenever we're talking about this stuff that I always try and bring it back to as well is it's super easy when you hear one line in the context of the game to think, it's not quite right. I think I know a way that could have been better. Yeah, here we go. So there's a whole bunch of lamps around here, so I'm clearly meant to stave off the darkness with that, but where is it going to make me go? I get the feeling like once I look at the painting, everything is going to go dark. Let's do a bit of recon. Let's see what the place looks like. Yeah, it's always super easy, like, to hear a line and think, I can see, like, how that could have been better when it's, like, one line blind, but when it's, like, line 4,250 out of a super long session, you get choice exhaustion eventually. Or it's entirely possible that from a direction perspective, like, that's how the voice actor was directed, like, you never know. And this would be one of the things on the bingo card that we always get back to, fam, but, you know, we've talked about this in the past too, like, everyone always loves to shit on Peter Dinklage's work in Destiny as an example of bad VO, but I would pay dearly to know, like, what happened with the direction for that session. How long did Peter get to, like, record? Like, what kind of context was he given? We don't know. And that's the stuff that can make or break a performance. I'd be really interested to hear that. And, you know, without knowing that stuff, you can't really pass judgment on someone else's performance. Well, I guess, you know, in general, anyway, you can't really, like, passing judgment on other VO is, it's not something you do. You just enjoy the good stuff. Anyway, what? Should we trigger the Shambula? Oh, wait, hang on, there's blood going up here. Let's go and have a look and see what's up here with the blood. Oh, there's Algernon.
Hey! You can't leave us!
Sorry, old friend, but it's either you or me.
No! What are you... No! Open! Open up! Open this door! It's here.
The beast is within our reach.
Are you sure you want to do it?
Let's go.
Quickly, come with me!
Thank you, Taket. That's been bugging me for ages. Tickling the back of my head. I didn't even make that connection at all.
How do we kill it?
The Shambler can open breaches between dimensions. He uses glyphs as anchors to stay in our world.
Then I must destroy these glyphs.
Exactly.
How can I find them?
I will make the glyphs visible so you can revoke them. By doing so, this zone will be protected by a barrier.
Perfect. Stay inside the shield.
I'll create the protective barrier. Get back inside it as soon as you sense the slightest danger.
Alright.
The first glyph must have appeared somewhere on the floor.
On the floor, okay. Well, here's to hoping that this isn't going to be an incredibly frustrating sequence.
Find that symbol,
How
Sarah.
many are there?
It should react to the light if you use your lamp.
Because the Shambler sequences have been pretty frustrating, but this one could be fun.
I need some oil.
Oh, yeah, do we? Do we ever?
The first glyph must have appeared
Hey, so
somewhere on the floor.
where's the oil again? This is where, you know, sharper mind than mine in terms of... There we go. There we go. Would have remembered. Because I did the recon, but... I just don't have a brain for geography, like landing there.
Find that symbol, Sarah. It should react to the light if you
Love
use
to.
your lamp.
I'd love to. Looking for it right now. So, how about you just shut your mouth, Algernon? You shut your filthy mouth. Oh, yeah.
The glyph. I can't move it. Is it acting against me?
The ritual is working. Don't worry, it's just until I ward it off. Oh no. The Wanderer is back. The glyph is back. Run! The second symbol has been revealed. You know what you have to do, Sarah.
I need some oil.
I need some oil. Congratulations, by the way, Tacket, for reaching the rank. Squire within our family. Those rank notifications are always so much more appropriate.
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Yeah, when you say let's, buddy, you mean me. Although this isn't so bad if the Shambler doesn't appear until I activate the glyph. That's not so bad.
The symbol must be here somewhere. Look closely.
That is what I'm doing.
Yeah, those rank pop notifications always make so much more sense when we're playing Fallout than when we're playing horror games, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go look upstairs. Upstairs. Because I'm pretty sure I just went through here. Did I? No, I didn't.
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Things that are not helping, Algernon. Your constant repeating of that bark. So what's...
The symbol must be here somewhere.
What
Look closely.
Yeah,
That is what I'm doing.
Yeah, you give him shade, Sarah. So you can shut the F up. Just jam it. Jam it. What's happening with you in streaming nowadays, Tackhead? Do you still stream? Have you gotten back into it, or?
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Or is your time taken up nowadays with reporting and journalism and whatnot? Alright, let's go back to that oil. Looking for the second glyph.
The symbol must be here somewhere. Look closely.
That is what I'm doing.
Is there anything up here?
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Because, yeah, with my sense of direction here, I could just wander around in circles forever. So much fun! I don't know about you folks, but when I'm out in public, I always navigate by landmarks. That's what tells me when I'm going in circles.
That is what I'm doing.
Algernon, I will check your goddamn prostate health with this lamp, if you are not quiet. Alright, I'm obviously missing something very obvious here, but that's cool.
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Oh, nice. Oh, so if you picked up the appropriate... That sounds awesome. Series of videos ranking Nintendo consoles. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big undertaking. So has the investment been in, like...
The symbol must be here somewhere.
Where
Look
is that?
closely.
That is what I'm doing.
Thanks, folks. Where has that investment been? Has it been in the like software, or has it been in literally the hardware of picking up the consoles? Like, what's been taking up the monies?
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
I swear, Algernon, I'm going to check you for prostate cancer with this thing. It looks rusty. Well, I look forward to you making more YouTube content, because I love the stuff that you've done. You've got a really great... You have a really awesome personality and like a unique voice to what you make. Drop a link. Drop a link to the YouTube channel in here, by the way, for anyone else who's interested. While I'm wandering around in circles out here, listening to Algernon say the same thing over and over again. Here it is! There it is!
Where is it?
Oh. Turns out that was a poor choice. Yes, I'm definitely subscribed there. But yeah, folks, if you like watching gaming-related content, which I'm assuming you do if you're here...
The second symbol has been revealed. You know what you have to do, Sarah.
Check out Tackhead's channel. It's fun stuff. Alright. Whoop. Should be quicker this time. Don't run towards the dimensional shambler. Just a pro tip for folks there. Just so that, you know, show you. Purely as a cautionary tale.
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
Now, everyone, this is how you don't fight a dimensional shambler. Take very close notice. Oh, it's... Oh no, it's the first glyph. It's still there for some reason. Deactivated. Haha, now we're gonna find it again. This is what it's like. Oh, there we go. It's what it's like living in my head.
The Shambler is trying to anticipate our actions.
Oh, you think, Sport?
He's getting stronger and more. The symbol must be here somewhere. Look closely.
That is what I'm doing.
So now the question is, do I get that same... Does literally the same thing happen when I go back in there?
The second glyph must have appeared. Let's press on.
The answer is no. That's good.
He's getting stronger and more aggressive. If he catches up with you, try blinding him.
Already done that. Doopy-doo-doo. Oh, wow. Whew. Okay, that's...
Now is when matters get complicated. I must breach the barrier to ward off the creature. You have to lure it in front of me, Sarah. Do you understand? Once it goes after you, I need you to guide it towards me.
Okay. Man, that's genuinely creepy. And it's stressful, but it's good. It's really, like, this is actually, compared to especially compared to the other encounters, this is good. This is genuinely tense. It's fun. Like, it, you know, it's...
We're almost there, Sarah. Only one glyph left to find.
There we go.
Release me now! Algernon!
Quickly, bring it towards
Ah, too close. Damn it. Thought I could spin around it there. Womp womp. So close. I like that it checkpoints at each glyph too, that's good. That was so close.
Now is when matters get complicated. I must breach the barrier to ward off the creature. You have to lure it in front of me, Sarah. Do you understand? Once it goes after you, I need you to guide it towards me.
Yeah, what's your setup for screen grabs? Out of curiosity, are you using like an Elgato capture card or?
Oh no! Release me now, Algernon!
Done. Quickly, bring him towards me.
Oh, good. That counts as in front. Love to go and grab some oil while that's happening. But apparently that's no longer an option. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, use the painting. Help if I could read, wouldn't it? Alright, use the painting? Yeah, right? Oh, good.
Let's go, Sarah. It's over.
Man, he looked for a minute there like he didn't have eyes.
Do you hear something? I can hear him. He calls me.
Sarah! No!
Algernon, my old friend. It's too late.
You must resist! Please, don't!
An Avamedia portable gamer. Oh, okay, so it's a capture card. Awesome. Alright. One thing I forgot to grab is more water. While this is loading, I'm just going to go grab some water super quickly. And not trip over, hopefully. Chapter 11. If you build it, they will come. I like that. Also relevant when we're talking about paintings. If you paint it, they will come. Managed to permanently drive the dimensional shambler back. Yes! It is out of here! Permanently! Uh-oh. Damien Weiss is casting rituals. No! No, I tell you! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. No! Permanently drive the dimensional shambler back, feed her strength, self-awareness. She succumbed to the call of the myth and jumped in the painting.
Sarah Hawkins. Why did she do it? Damn it!
Did our guest enjoy our hospitality?
Let me out of here.
I'm warning you, Pierce. I want a short and clear-cut confession. Do you admit your guilt in the case brought before you?
You don't have any idea what's happening on this damn island.
Chief West, we got a problem.
Damn it, not now. What is it this time?
Captain Fitzroy, Chief. Some guys have ransacked Roy's bar. They went berserk, attacked the patrons, smashed the place up. It's chaos.
This is only the beginning. Let me out.
Let's go take a look. Tell Sullivan and Marshall to keep this one nice and warm till I get back.
Are you stupid? Don't you understand? Those goddamn idiots.
Alright. Oh, our only option is to bide time. That's grim.
Truth Seeker. I find you again. As promised, I come back to reiterate the offer of truth. As your mind expands and finally understands the true nature of the world, your perceptions change. Are you ready to see your world and the ones that live in it as they truly are?
Oh, that's so good. These are all different. It's all a crapshoot.
Come, Truth Seeker. Follow the path of the ultimate truth.
Oh, goody, we're drowning while we're doing this.
I thought we were made of the same stuff, Detective. Fighters. Survivors. I never would have thought you so naive. It's all your fault. You could have stopped this whole thing. Your army buddies, the villagers, me. We're all in danger, as long as you're alive.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I can't go to sleep. Keep having the same dream. Or should I say nightmare? That pain in my chest is always being skewered. Darkness, cold, silence. Then I wake up in a hospital bed alive. My voice whispers in my mind. I keep hearing it, and I don't know how long I'll be able to resist.
Yeah, because he was brought back to the dead by something.
Who are you, Truth Seeker? I may see you in my dreams. I still can't decide if you will be my doom.
Yeah, that's a good question.
This fate, it may have been written for both of us. But I will fight for what is right.
Well... yeah, she paid the ultimate price. I mean, you... So I'm kind of thinking we're headed towards as well, like we're just gonna burn.
Dom, what happened?
Come, you'll want to hear what these two Egypts have to say.
This better be interesting.
Seems like someone decided to grant you your deepest wish.
A mutiny?
Worse. They killed Chief West.
What?
And left his body in one of our warehouses.
You're kidding.
They're all yours.
Which one of you is dumb enough to kill a cop and throw him on my doorstep?
We don't know nothing.
The dead body in my warehouse disagrees.
We swear, miss, it's not us.
I don't have time for this. Spill it.
We've got nothing to do with it.
Actually, you just gave me an idea.
You Nestle Punchables.
You can beat me as much as you want. I won't speak.
And why is that?
They always know what's in our heads.
We can't even want to tell you.
They will know the minute we consider telling you.
Stop. You're giving me a headache.
But you can look by yourself. You're clever.
Yeah, she'll figure it out.
Where is this workshop?
I'll go with you. He must be talking about the old boat repair workshop.
I like Dominic's accent. It feels solid.
Yeah, they've done nothing wrong.
Apart from killing a cop on our turf.
That's hooey.
How do you know they killed him?
So, folks...
Do you want me to settle it with some lead?
Thanks, Dominic.
Scurvy dog.
So for those of you who weren't around for the earlier streams, Kat is the head of the bootleggers.
Quieten these lunkheads down before I shiv the lot of them.
I'll take care of them. A bunch of liquor sponges aren't going to lay down the law around here.
I'll take a look at this workshop. Join me when you're finished.
Yeah, she's got stones. She's got some real grit going for her, and we cross paths with her towards the start of the game, coming to the island where she was being very territorial. So now, I guess we get to play as Kat for a while. Alright, let's go find ourselves a corpse. Theoretically, it shouldn't be that hard to find. There's a corpse in the warehouse. But, you know, seriously, folks, where is the corpse? Is it on the second level? Oh, I remember this place. There's like a ladder in the wall somewhere. Or something like that. There's a way to get up to the second level, but it was... I missed it the first time around. See, if this was Quantum Break, I'd be jumping on, like, crates and stuff to get away. Or around, I should say. Oh no, going in here. Let's do that. Let's pick them locks. There we go.
If someone had told me that one day West's work would kill him.
How very droll, Cat.
Someone moved the corpse here. Where did the murder happen?
It's interesting switching over now. I don't know what it's doing mechanically with like the rating of Cat's skills, whether we just ignore all of the progression that we've done up until this point in time.
We came from here.
Where did the murder happen? There's a bunch of smokes there. Lucky stars. They go. Oh no! Wait, there we go. Doop.
So this is where West was killed. What's that? What the fuck is that? Where did it come from? He wasn't alone. Who were those guys?
Oh, holy. Nope. Nope, no. Oh. So I wonder if is that like a representation of the masks, or are they actually illithid-like creatures? Nope, nope. Alright, where to now? No, there's nothing back in here. Because their masks are stylized like that, so I don't know if this is just her understanding of it, or if this goes to the point that the Leviathan said about, you know, do you want to see the world as it really is? Is that what Cat does? Can Cat see the world as it really is? In which case it's, you know, they're not masks. These things actually have inhuman faces. It's fun being at the pointy end of all of the spoop in this. Alright, so where's the clue that I'm missing here? Oh, there we go. Ah, it's the one I found before.
There's only one man who smokes these gaspers. Fitzroy.
You're not supposed to be here, Truth Seeker.
What's going on outside?
Oh, holy shit. Combat. Okay.
Outside.
This is my last warning. Gets one in.
Outside.
Last warning. Next one who comes close gets one.
Really difficult to understand combat systems currently.
Outside.
This is my last warning. Next one who comes close gets one in the head.
Not quite clear on why those shots worked or didn't, but I guess if I'm aiming at someone, they have a cursor above them, and that's about it. Cultists have all gone mad. Hey everyone!
What the hell?
Dom, get out of here!
Go! I'll cover you! Die! You filthy rat!
Damn it!
Pierce has yet to find out if she did make it. Attack the docks! It's kind of difficult to figure out, like, what the... Because there's a lot of choices we're making that say this will affect your destiny, but it's hard to get a sense of has the story already branched to include that choice? It's interesting. Because having a look at the trophy list for the game without digging too deeply into the titles, although the titles are kind of cryptic, it seems like there are trophies related to different branching choices. So in some cases, it's almost as if the real sort of affecting your destiny is like, which trophies will you unlock? Find out more later. Oh, I can't even remember if I said this before, but a huge thank you to Citrus for the follow during the Fallout... oh, no, I did. We said thank you for the follow and the raid during the Fallout 2 stream. Like I said, it's been a day, folks. It's been a day. Big feels. In a good way. Like, one wonderful thing that's happened is just had a bunch of work like come in the door today from people that I know, and have sort of like, long-term sort of working relationships with, or professional relationships. And when that stuff happens, like when basically, you haven't even called it.
What happened?
Take that weapon, you'll need it. Sarah Hawkins, she... Ah!
What? Tell me.
My head. You're coming into my head.
Bradley, damn it. Pull yourself together.
You got me. I can't resist any longer.
Do you remember the cultists we saw under the Hawkins house? I saw them on the docks.
Yes. You've been in this cell for days.
Listen, I think they are responsible for your reputation.
I was unable to stop her.
What do you mean, unable?
She left with the bookseller. And came back alone. Told me she couldn't resist the call. Dawkins told me later. He saw her going in the direction of the whaling station.
Damn it.
I'm turning, Pierce. Into one of those things.
No. Keep fighting, Bradley.
It's too late. You have to end this. Do it. Kill me.
I'm sorry. I gotta...
Wow. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying before, like when stuff like that happens, like when sort of work comes to you from people that you respect, and long-term relationships, it's not just money coming in the door, it's not just a level of trust. Like, at the risk of being overly sentimental, there's a kind of love that comes in with that. And I just had a few, like a combination of a few things coming in the door, and it's great stuff. I'm by no means complaining about like how the day has gone, but in combination with some other stuff I'm working through at the moment, it can get a bit overwhelming. And that's sort of where, like when I say it's been a day, that's kind of what I mean, where my head's at. It's just been a bit overwhelming emotionally, but in a good way. It's the best part of freelancing. Like, a lot of the time when you're putting yourself out there and you're sort of building relationships and you're working with people over time, there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of, what am I even doing here? Do I know what I'm doing? Should I be doing any of this? But the flip side of it is, man, you have days where you just feel on top of the world and you really feel so connected. You feel so connected to the good things when they happen as well. Like, that's the flip side. That's the payoff for the agony. It's agony and ecstasy. And I remember talking with, like, before I even got into sort of doing any of this, I remember, let's pop that back, because we're a little bit unsettled at the moment. I remember talking to some people, like, back before I sort of took the plunge myself into freelance, and I still split my time a little bit between. I still do a little bit of work in tech, but it's only to keep the lights on. But I used to feel like when I was working in tech 5 days a week, I used to feel so disconnected emotionally from the results of what I was doing, and I was indifferent on a day-by-day basis to what was happening. Like I didn't have any investment in what I was doing, but the difference nowadays with what I do is huge. Like I feel so acutely. Like you were talking before, Tackett, about the release of Battle Chef Brigade as a physical game. Like there's going to be a physical fucking game in stores that I've had a voiced a character for, and a character that was like, you know, one of the most popular in terms of like fan involvement. Like that stuff lands. Like that hits me. It hits me right here in a good way. Yeah, I'm terrified sometimes to think like what would have happened if I never had taken that plunge, if I'd never had actually risked any of that. Anyway, let's go shoot some cultists.
Breathe. What's happening?
Sarah Hawkins was going to the whaling station. Stop. Oh, God.
No.
Watch your six. Whoops.
Sarah Hawkins was going to the whaling station. Stop. Oh, God. What am I doing?
Thank you for that, Tackhead. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. Oh, I think I killed a civilian. Oopsies.
What the... Was he like the others?
Really wasn't, Edward. And yeah, I think the thing is as well, like I don't even think they don't need to be like huge triumphs. It's just having that personal investment in what you're doing. Like I'm sure that you feel this with your writing as well. Like when it's out there with your name on it and you've busted your hump to make it happen. Like there's a level of ownership there that you don't get often when you're working.
How many died because of this?
When you're working for someone else, doing something you're not invested in. And that's not to say like everyone should be running off and joining the circus. The thing it always comes back to for me is if the math balances on what you're doing, that's the important thing. I know people who quite happily work like high-paying jobs doing consulting, that sort of stuff, and the thing that, you know, the thing that lights their passion is outside of their work. As long as the math...
It looks like an old sea.
As long as the math on whatever you're doing with your life works for you. Anyway. Everyone is having squid. Is that part of... Oh no, we've seen this before.
And when they found me, they ate my flesh. And my flesh granted them powers and revelations.
It is part of the transformation then in the cult.
You are getting closer, Truth Seeker.
Okay. Here's the theory. Leviathan is actually maybe some sort of manifestation of Cthulhu, however you want to pronounce it. And then, or everything that's happening in terms of the things I'm being seen are the visions that are sending me slowly mad.
If I prove able to resurrect life, then it will only be a matter of time before I know how to create it. It will be the end of gods, be they ancient and powerful.
Okay, so he was trying to save her. So maybe the whole sort of slightly douchey performance we saw before was him trying to protect her, like trying to keep her safe and away from everything, just poorly framed. And I really appreciate the kind words that you said there, Take too. Like, they mean a lot.
You need a truth seeker. Someone with exceptional sensitivity to his dreams. This gift will lead him to
Okay, there we go. So that's why.
As I am the Oracle, I speak for him we cannot name.
Okay.
Track the truth like the bloodhound you are.
Ah! What has she done?
Bloody Captain. I'm not dying in this rat hole. Come on. If I find him...
Yeah.
What are you still doing here, Detective?
I need to go to the whaling station.
It's locked. You'll need a key to get there.
Right.
Go get me a first aid kit. I might have something for you.
You were chasing Fitzroy, but now you're here, injured.
How do you know? There were too many. Got us. If I don't get something to stop the bleeding, I'm a goner.
I'm coming back with a first aid kit.
Hurry up. I won't last long.
Just don't give me a timer, please. Alright, first aid kit. I'm hoping that once we mend Kat back up, she's gonna kick ass, because it would suck if... It would suck if a character who has been that strong and that enigmatic throughout the game suddenly is reduced to being incapable because of something that she suffered off screen. Like, that would be... That'd be a shame. I'm not quite sure what to make of the combat mechanics. I like that they're simple. You just got to get basically your icon on the right person, stay away from everyone. It took me a few goes to get that straight. But, yeah, I like that they're not super complex. Hey, buddy! Piper Dune!
Damn it!
Piper Dune! We've got a Piper Dune! Question. Is So I Married an Axe Murderer the deepest of cuts, or is it a modern classic that everyone should be aware of? God, I love that movie. Hey everyone. Just, you know, looking for a first aid kit. Not sure I should be going this far afield for one, but I didn't see anyone. Didn't see one where I was. Alright. Let's keep the old lantern now. Hey everyone, how we doing? You might be right actually with how it deals with the mental illness with the, I think it's an Amanda Plummer's character. Yeah, you might have a point there. Which is a shame. Apparently I have unlimited ammo, which I'm not going to argue with. Yeah, it's funny how hard it is to find films that have aged well over time, like whether it's fat phobia, whether it's transphobia. I remember. It's funny how you can think a film is innocent too. I remember one of the longest evenings I've had in my life was when I was in high school. The reason why I did a lot of things was girls. Like, that tended to be the motive. And so I was, at one point in time, I was pursuing this girl that I was quite sweet on. Her name was Lucy. Let's not go for her last name. And she ended up actually convincing me, well, not directly, like I wasn't strong-armed. But because of Lucy, I joined a Reformed Presbyterian church for some time. And I was an active member of the youth group. And I thought, let's watch a movie. Let's share a movie one night. And so...
Hey you! Come over here!
And so... I decided Stand By Me is a really great film. Let's watch Stand By Me. And you think of that film and you think of, you know, it's an adventure, it's about bonding between a group of characters, there's a corpse, there's Kiefer Sutherland. You might forget when you're proposing a film to watch with a girl who is part of a quite conservative church group, that film is packed wall to wall with dick jokes. Just everywhere. That is the longest, like 90, 100 minutes, I think, that I've had in my life, just sitting there trying to quietly sink into the carpet every time someone makes a joke about the size of someone else's dick. Womp womp. Oh yeah, Ace Ventura, you're absolutely right. That's another one.
They got the boss. Nasty wound. I wanted to get her the first aid kit in the Hawkins warehouse, but there's one of those poor bastards in it. Too dangerous.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright. Hawkins warehouse. Yeah, Ace Ventura is definitely a film that has, like, a problem with transphobia. Because I remember that being a big part of, like the reveal.
This should enable me to stop Kat's bleeding.
Alright, let's do it. Let's go back.
Hope his boss will have more luck.
Yeah, it gives me hope, looking at like what we think is acceptable today humor-wise versus then, that we're getting less shitty about how we deal with people and what we think is fair in terms of humor. Gives me hope. Let's go out through there. I'd just love to get out through there.
Shit. They're going to the whaling station. I'd better hide and wait until they're gone.
Or, just saying, we could pop them through full of holes. Because here's the interesting thing about this. Like, I've got to watch like what's in close proximity to me, but otherwise, like, I don't feel terribly threatened by this. Which is a nice change. I've just got to be aware of my surroundings. Because all of this is kind of underscored by a far greater threat than, you know, zombies running at me. I mean, first of all, there's the fact that... Oh, it's terrifying. Physics glitches. Most terrifying part of the game. But yeah, the biggest, like, the far bigger fear here is, like, what's going on around me. It's not, you know, can I survive these things? Mindless cultists. Hey, cat.
Go get me a first aid kit. I might have something for you.
Keep the first aid kit? F
Here,
that.
Take it.
Right. The entrance to the whaling station is behind the Hawkins warehouse.
Yay! Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tackhead. It's very interesting to see combat just being used in a supporting capacity. I'm 100% for it, because I actually thought this game was going to dodge it the whole way through. But I like that it's a purely secondary mechanic. Especially because shooting mechanics can be really make or break if you make them focal to a game. Like, unless your shooting feels good, like, that can just be... That's it. That can be your whole game gone. Whap whap. Reach the whaling station. Use the bootlegger's passage. Great. Where's the bootlegger's passage?
What happened here?
Could use the bootlegger's package.
What happened here?
I don't know. Alright, let's find where the bootlegger's passage. Passages! Where's the bootlegger's passage? Okay, it looks like it's telling me to go over there. Oh, that's right, they said it was in the Hawkins warehouse. So I gotta go back to the Hawkins warehouse. Ah, which is why they wouldn't let me in the Hawkins warehouse before. Because at the start of the game, I wasn't allowed in there to investigate. Like, they got really grumpy about the whole thing. And that's why, because it's their super secret bootlegger's passage. See, I said passage then, not package. I can learn. I can be a real boy. Let's go back over here. But yeah, I'm 100% with you. It's so delightful to see combat used as just a secondary thing where I guess they felt like at some point you needed to have it in the game, but it's not a focal point.
Damn it!
We're going in the right direction. Because there are corpses. Oh, that's right, we went past there before. But I couldn't unlock the gate. Alright. Let's check doors and corners, folks. It's like a Halloween thrill ride. You just gotta watch for things coming out of corners. Not gonna say what that object reminded me of. Something scurrilous and debauched, I tell you. Hey there. Hey there, buddy. Nice suit. I like pinstripes. Pinstripes couldn't save him. Pinstripes can't save him, nothing can. You know what a really nasty twist would be at this point in time? Edward's actually insane and everyone else is just trying to get the F away from him. You were all zombies, man. No they weren't, dude. They were just normal human beings.
Damn it!
I don't think the game's going to go in that direction, but you know, that would be mortifying. You killed everyone. Just a whole bunch of regular human beings. You killed them all. Do. Still got 20 minutes to go. I like it. I feel like we're getting to the pointy end of things, but then again, I thought we were there. I thought things were particularly... Fuck me. No, thank you. Sir? Wait, why's my gun gone away? Sir, can I interest you in being shot, sir? No? Why are you just standing in the corner for? There we go. The hell? Why is my pistol no longer an option?
Here! Is somebody here? An intruder!
What's happening? We're an intruder!
Whoa! Whoa! That was weird. It's like there was a sudden transition from combat mechanics to stealth, and I didn't spot the...
Empty.
Ah, that's what I missed before. Okay. That's the cue for our transition. Somehow I missed that. I'm not sure it triggered. Did I miss it? Did anyone spot that before? Like, did Edward give that bark? Did he say that line, I should even say? So not to be pretentious, how about I just say that did he say that thing? Given that there's no ammo count, I'm guessing that that's purely a function of the point I'm at in the game. I could be wrong. Oh man, that darkness is that's brilliant. Like, look at how much this game is doing mood-wise with so little. Yeah. It's not a happy place. It looks so... like the mood here is so thick. It's brilliant. Not every game needs to be Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's happening.
reach the whaling station. I still have... I don't have any idea where the whaling station is, but I know which direction the game is leading me in, so that's the help that I have. Let's go under here. And there are actual legit illithid creatures around here, so that's cool. Oh, okay. That's where I gotta go next. The level design here is impressive. Like again, like if I'm gonna rag on Evil Within, like that's one of the problems that we kept hitting at certain points. It was difficult to know where the game wanted you to go. But the design here seems to be really good at signposting where it is it wants me to go next. Enter abandoned whaling station. Pierce cross the docks, not the ducks. Pierce cross the docks. Pierce crossed the docks where old acquaintances and new faces met their hands. All over the place, Leviathan slaves were wandering in search of a victim. After fighting his way through and after discovering the truth about the origin of the cult and its founders, Pierce finally reached the whaling station. He hopes to catch Sarah Hawkins before she does something bad. Before she does something bad. Leviathan slaves. Yeah, I'm still a little confused about what Leviathan's kind of through line is on all of this, like what the goal is. I mean, coming and telling me things, showing me visions. Like, to what end? Unless it's to destroy his sanity, maybe? I don't know. Because if these people are under Leviathan's influence, which incidentally means, yes, Leviathan is Cthulhu. Cthulhu, if you prefer. What's the end goal here? What's the end game? What are we doing?
Hither thou shalt be freed. Sarah is with those bastards. I gotta find her quick.
Leviathan just wants to sell you some merch. Look, I'll happily buy a cool plushie. Leviathan just has to say the word. Maybe even one of those awesome Urale keys. That's how they pronounced it.
This tank seems strong enough to break down the door.
Alright. I've done this puzzle in God of War. No, Batman, Arkham City. Origins. I'll get there eventually. Kevin just says a bunch of random games.
A rope and a hook. Could use that to hold the reservoir back.
Yeah, could. I'll totally buy some merch from the Leviathan. There you go. Cool Leviathan match. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Locked. Let's hope the key isn't far.
Huh. I always find it interesting when there's a slight mismatch between the actual voiced line and the subtitle. It feels like what they voiced there is a better fit for Edward. Because he's typically been, like, more precise and formal with people. Oh, excuse me. It's getting close to my bedtime, apparently. Here we go. Key for the officers. Sometimes that reduced amount of caffeine just hits me at the end of the day, because I've been cutting down. And boy howdy am I glad that I cut down on the amount of caffeine that I was drinking today, because I had, just because of everything that was happening today, I'd only had like 2 cups of like proper coffee. And man, I felt like I was vibrating for most of the day. It wasn't...
Fuller was a crew member too.
It wasn't the coffee that did it to me. It was everything else. Because the thing is, they killed, like, whatever Leviathan was, they killed it. But, so what, is it like an... Is it like a creature that's... Yeah, meh. Because you can't kill Cthulhu. Like, that doesn't happen. So is it just like an avatar, or like something that was sacred to him? Oh, excuse me. Second yawny. What's going on here? Is that just a reflection? Or is it something more sinister? No. Alright, let's go back upstairs. Maybe Leviathan just wants me to take a pamphlet. Yeah, this guy with tentacles said just buy a book. Find out all about the faith. Alright, let's put this away. What about here?
I'll be lucky if it's still sharp enough.
Gonna stab a bish with that, I guess. Whoop.
Doesn't work.
That's okay. Oh, gonna use that. There we go.
It mentions the Leviathan. How it drove the sailors mad.
Speak of dreams, visions of a nightmarish city and a sleeping god. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's Cthulhu. So is the Leviathan like some... Yeah, it must be like some creature that's a servant of Cthulhu then? I guess? I'm out of my mythos depth in terms of understanding there.
Doesn't work.
Does work.
Whee!
Alright. What's that, Tuckhead? When you say an excerpt from Cthulhu's book? Ah, you mean in terms of like merch to buy from Cthulhu, or do you mean in terms of what we were reading? Alright, what does that do for me? Well, I've got a hook there. But I can't do anything with that. Ah, oh, there we go. Hello. Excuse you. And you.
This should stop the cart from moving. This should help me get the tank swinging.
Because it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
I need something to cut the rope to release the tank against the door.
Oh, I have a knife. Oh, Leviathan left the pager in a marketing ploy. Yeah. I like it. That was short, but that was actually quite, in terms of the graphical fidelity there, that was quite impressive. Interesting. Music's like an action investigation cue, sort of a hybrid there. No horror elements at the moment. Interesting. Oh. Fuck me. This is so far from good. Oh, interesting. So if I look directly at the creature, bad things happen. Don't look at the creature. That's cool. Yeah. 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 Quite irrational fears start kicking in. Where am I going to go here?
Sarah?
Well, I found Sarah.
Hello. Who is this?
The quest for truth requires sacrifice. There's no room for compassion.
Who's there?
Your stubbornness, wanting to help others who would have deserted you, is a weakness. Fate leads us inevitably to solitude, and in one's final moments, one is always alone. You can't escape it forever. It will always find its way.
Damn it!
Hey, Ozdeck. Yeah, I think this really is the end, my friend. By the way, how'd your walk go? How's your evening been? It's lovely to have your company.
While the sailors were going insane, Fitzroy and the mutineers took over the ship and probably killed the captain.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, yep. Definitely not the work of God. Yeah, we've got a, good old Cthulhu out there, I think. I don't know, we've been trying to figure out, like, what Leviathan actually is, whether it's... Because it can't be that they've dredged up Cthulhu from Relay. Like, it can't be that.
They eat his flesh while he's still alive.
But, I don't know, maybe it is. Or is it like... Because my mythos knowledge is not... I don't know if there are creatures that are similar to, but I mean with the impact it's having being around it, it could be an older god. Oh, nice. Out for games and friends. That sounds lovely. Try not to...
Learn to obey.
Alright, folks, it is 12 a.m. We are going into extra time. is where I need like the dodgy like radio like reverb on there. This Sunday.
Ah, finally awake. How do you feel, Mr. Pierce?
Fuller! Son of a bitch! I'll kill you!
No, I'm not even really with you. Well, to be perfectly precise, I am with you, but not in this cell.
What have you done to me?
Me? Nothing, really. See, it's one of the exquisite effects of this incredible creature.
Leviathan!
I see you already know about it. Well, shall we begin?
So not quite a choice. I'm guessing the struggling's not doing me any good.
Let me take a sample from you. Flesh, blood, spinal fluids. Don't fear. I created the mythological ichor from Leviathan's flesh. Who knows what I can make with you? I need your body for my research.
Killed him.
A necessary sacrifice that proves your determination.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is they might be playing a little fast and loose with the actual size of Cthulhu, like hypothesizing that, you know, it's...
Find the truth and be free.
But then the idea of, like, if the premise of your story is like, a bunch of sailors accidentally pulled up Cthulhu, like, it feels like there's a problem with scale there. Like, it feels like that's a thing that shouldn't be possible. Because when you've got, I mean, fuck, like when Dagon is an island, a literal island when it appears, the idea that Cthulhu could be dredged up by a ship. Yeah, it must be some kind of mythos creature. But yeah, I'm with you, like nothing comes to mind, but that being said, like I'm only partway through my reading of like the full collection of Lovecraft. But apparently I fell through the floor. Which, speaking of which, I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head, but if you do a search online, there's a really awesome free collection that's been collated by someone and put in ebook format.
Nothing's
It's a full collection of the Lovecraft mythos. That's what I've been reading through over time. Completely free. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Where's this big old tank? If I walk over here... We'll give this a few more minutes, see where we're going. I might have misread how close we are to the end. Like, I don't think we're too far from the end, but it looks like there might be like an hour or so left in. What's going on here, maybe? I don't know. At the very least, I've got to figure out what's going on with this puzzle. And I'm gonna take a leaf out of what happened with the whole. See, I did not fall through the ground there, as far as I could tell. I was walking on a path, unless the game's telling me not to go through there at the moment because I haven't done something. Or maybe that there's a path that I should be taking. Nope. I don't think I meant to go in that direction. There is a specific route. Yeah, there probably is, but the game's not doing a great job of communicating that. Because if there's a specific route I'm supposed to take, then the things that... like the direction I shouldn't go in, or shouldn't be going in, shouldn't look solid. Let's try the middle. Nope. Unless it's that I'm not supposed to go... I think I'm supposed to go in that direction at all. Yet. Cross over to another bit. One stays solid. Oh, I see. You're saying stay on the bit that's solid throughout. I'm pretty sure I tried that though. Or maybe I didn't. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. Not the phantom ones that appear. Ah, thank you. Good call. So I go around and sort of... Oh yeah. You're a smart man. Smarter than I. Alright. So that means I should go across here. Over to... I thought that was the route. I'm gonna curve again now? We'll get there. No, when I used the lever before, it didn't do anything. Lever. Let's see. Let's go back. That way. Woo! Cleverer than me. Ozdeck totally nailed it. That was weird. Alright, I'm just going to give this a few more minutes and then I might end up calling a night. Because this stuff... I'll flash through this like when I'm actually at peak efficiency, but when my brain's not working, like, you know, when it's the end of the day, stuff takes me a lot longer than it should. Oh, so apparently that's all I needed to do. Alright, can I go back this way? That would be nice if I could. Correct answer would be yes. Let me go back. Let's try the lever now. Let's try the lever.
Nothing's happening.
Alright, so we're gonna go over here and do the same thing. Ah, of course. The old squat. So... what? Ah, that's right, there's only one of them that's real. See, I will learn over time. Only one of these is real. Oh, hang on, no, wait. All of them are? Are they? Let's go back. Oh yeah, only one's real. So I should be able to look at like where its pipes connect. It's up and to the left. Alright, let's see if that helps. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Takehead. Like, this is a clever puzzle. I completely missed the point of it until Ozdeck pointed it out. Ah, see? Ah. Alright. Now this should do something. Gotta figure out where I can run. This whole place is filled with ichor.
Pierce!
Fitzroy.
Time to hoist the white flag. We're not gonna hurt you.
I won't go without a fight.
You think you're here of your own accord?
Yeah,
stay back!
very
I'll
true,
put a bullet
Tucker.
in your head.
Our supreme aura has spoken. You will follow your destiny.
What?
In his awakening.
I see. You cannot escape my awareness. I follow your wanderings, your choices, your attempts to free yourself from destiny. But it is unavoidable. And as I predicted, you have come to free me. Awaken and call him.
Huh. There's more after that? Well, if that is not the end of things, folks, that will be the end of tonight. Let's see what's happening. Awaken and call him. Oh. The hero art for this game is the image of Cthulhu rising from the depths around this area.
The voice. I can't hear the voice anymore.
Oh, Pierce, you're off the map, dude. Alright, I'll stick with this for a little bit longer. Thank you for your patience with sticking with me as well, especially those of you folks who are on Melbourne time. We'll see if this is, like, this might just be basically a relatively quick section. We'll see how we go. It's always hard to sort of pull away from this stuff, like when you're this close to the pointy end of things. But yeah, if this goes into like...
You are trapped.
Truth. I'm talking...
Keep going.
Now I'm talking to truth.
My God.
This way. Stand up. Walk.
Is somebody there? Hey, who are you?
Yeah, it feels like there's not much left in Edward.
Where am I?
Kind of a shell of a human being. Looks like a ritual circle. That looks like the thing we saw in the vision. Oh, I think we've been here before, maybe. Ah.
It will soon be time, Pierce.
You are dead. None of this is real. I saw you dead, as I see you now. Am I crazy too?
You survived. Don't you understand? You couldn't die. You will stay alive until you've fulfilled your destiny.
No.
Look at me. Look at me, Pierce. Dare tell me that you still don't believe it. When I was 8, my little brother fell from the apple tree. He was bleeding. I took care of him. That very day, I decided to become a doctor. I never reneged on my oath. That's what led me to Darkwater. The people here needed me. I died trying to save one of them. Help me give them a second chance. Embrace the power of this sleeping god.
You're out of your mind.
It's not just your life that is at stake. Many men and women have sacrificed themselves for this moment.
Colden!
You will not deprive them of their hope
Better
of a
life.
better life.
I saw what Leviathan did to Fuller. We will all die like him.
His life was written well before it started. It was not predetermined that he lived to see the call. But you? Yes. It is your destiny.
Just keep on digging.
This painting. The investigation.
Oh.
I understand.
That was bad.
Like you.
I regret my life choices.
Yes. All your choices had the sole purpose of preparing you for the final decision.
I must make a choice.
Not just make a choice. The right choice.
Not yet, but soon. We have one more thing to accomplish.
What is it?
I must take you to Sarah Hawkins, our oracle.
Sarah, I feel her calling me. Let us not wait any longer.
Not yet. You have one last thing to accomplish.
No. Please. I can't do it.
Do you understand what it is?
She has already fulfilled her mission. Worry about your own.
No. No.
No one can fight their fate. Neither them, nor you.
He looks very gaunt there now.
Shut up! Silence! Stop! Go away! Stop!
Don't resist, Edward. They're already dead. There's nothing you can do. Just give in.
What happened to me? Sarah. I must go to Sarah. She is the Oracle. She will know what to do.
Oh man. Seriously, wibbly wobbly. It's almost actually making me a little motion sick. Let's go down here. What's over here? Oh, this is a... No, it's not a dead end. There we go. Alright, we're gonna call it a night there. That sense of like just being on the cusp of things is so strong, but yeah, I think the game's still got a ways to go. I don't want to look at how many chapters there are there, but I think we've still got a ways to go. Let's just load this and we'll save the game. Well, the game will save itself. At Alabaster Point. There he must make decisions that could change the destiny of the world. Wow. Wow. Alright. We'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for your company tonight. Now I know most of you folks are Oz based, but I'm just gonna have a quick squiz to see if I can find someone who is playing the horror games. Let's mute that. Just to jump in with a raid. See if we can find someone else who's playing the Calls of Cthulhu tentacle upgrade. We got Call of Cthulhu finale. Here we go. Funnily enough, most of the people playing. We got 8, 22. Sitting last relay. There's a lot of Russian gamers up this time of night playing Call of Cthulhu. There's one person who's at the finale. Let's not quite go there. We got otherwise. Right. Alright, I can't really find... There's a lot of Russian gamers up this time of night. Alright. It's probably going to take longer than it's worth to find someone to raid, so I will part ways with you for tonight at this point. I will be back next Wednesday. See, that's the hero image I was talking about. That's what I think we're headed towards. And that's what makes me think I'm still confused about like what Leviathan is in relation to that, because obviously the game's conception of Cthulhu is, as you'd expect, it's a mammoth, like, you know, implacable entity. So yeah, thank you so much for your company tonight. Have a great sleep, Damien Wise. Like, I'm the same. Like, it's late. The hour grows late. Yeah, it's been a great night. Got a long way through the game. A lot of stuff has happened, and I think we are so close to the end of things. But yeah, it's getting to a point where it's just a little bit late. So yeah, shame we couldn't find someone to. Oh, just a quick double check. Channels that I'm following. Is anyone up and around and live? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we'll shut things down at that point. Thank you so much for your company. It's been amazing. I'll be back streaming this next Wednesday night, Friday night, same time, 9 p.m. I will be streaming Fallout 2. We will continue playing through that. Thanks for bearing with the technical issues at the start of the stream as well. I really appreciate your patience there. Yeah, I think you're right too, Ozdek. I think Leviathan is their own creation. It's an interesting one. Be well, folks. Be safe. Keep your elder signs at the ready. See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and for live content, come join me on Twitch.